Check out this Brooding corner notch. I found this in a new permission that I got in 2024. It quickly became one of my favorite fields and best producing of the year. I started looking for arrowheads in 2020 and I have been hooked ever since. What year did you guys start looking for arrowheads? This was my 2024 honey hole. You're going to see plenty more arrowheads from this field in this video. In this next clip here, I find this really cool drill. I always thought it looked like a Chinese throwing star. I think this is the second field that I ever got permission to look in. The dig site that I have is also on this property, but it's just a few minutes away from this field. I don't know why, but I love this arrowhead. I never did find out exactly what it was, but it's such a unique piece. The first year I started looking for arrowheads, I didn't really know what I was doing and I didn't have a lot of time, so I didn't find as many as I would have liked to. I definitely found enough this year to make up for it though. In the beginning of 2024, I found this nice green Fox Creek. It has just a little bit of tip damage. I did bring this to the head archaeologist at the Iroquois Museum, and he said that the green is probably a patina that it picked up in the field over time. I had only found one other nice point in this field before I found this Fox Creek, so I didn't visit it very often, but now it is a regular stop. While we're on the topic of green, check out this green Levana that I found. I believe this is made out of Coxsackie chert. Coxsackie chert can be found in a quarry about an hour from here. This Levana was found on the same property as the Brewerton from the first clip. This property dates woodland all the way to early Archaic. There's something about this big triangle piece that I always liked. This is made out of Onondaga chert, which is the prominent chert in my area. Did you guys know that chert is ranked 7 on Mohs hardness scale? I found the drill from earlier in this field, and I also found the arrowhead in the next clip in this field. I didn't plan on including any heartbreakers in this video, but this Jack's Reef was too well made not to. The plows are unforgiving and thin points like this don't last long. Other than a handful of well-made Levanas, this is the nicest point I have found in this field. What a shame that this was broken. Check out this killer Lamoka that I found. I found this in the same field as the Brewerton and the green Levana. This is the first Lamoka I ever found. This field is a multi-component site like most of my others. With any luck, this will be 2025's honey hole as well. I can't wait till next spring to see what this field has in store for me. The next couple of clips are of Levanas. Levanas are one of few true arrowheads. Madisons, Levanas, and Jack's Reefs are what are considered true arrowheads. Most of what you find out in the field are chipstone tools. Some are cruder than others. If you're lucky, you'll come across arrowheads, spearheads, knives, or dart points. It is an amazing feeling to come across a piece of history that has been lost for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. There's nothing quite like holding something that ancient man once created. The next few video clips are all of Madison's. It's important to mention while filming content like this that you should never collect artifacts on state or federal land. All of the artifacts that I find are on private property. Arrowhead hunting can be such a rewarding hobby if you're willing to put in the time. Some days you can be walking for 6 to 8 hours and find 1 or 2 pieces, and other days you could walk away with 10 or 15. If there's one thing that I've learned about arrowhead hunting over the past few years is you should definitely always walk one more row before you go. I found the Madison in this video because my sister convinced me to keep walking in the row that I was ready to turn around in. I plan on putting a link in the description for each video that I pulled these clips from. I'll make sure they're in order so that it is easy to determine which clip went with which video. I found this artifact in the same field as the very first clip in this video. This meadowwood has a tiny bit of ear damage, but is close enough to a full arrowhead, so I decided to put it in this video. This is the third field I ever got permission to look in, way back in 2020. I feel very fortunate to have so many fields that produce so well. I found this killer meadowwood drill in a corner of this field that I had never looked in before. Imagine all of the artifacts in this corner of the field that I have missed over the last 4 years. Since finding this spot in the field that I didn't know about, I did a good search of the field and found several other smaller spots to look in. This killer Normanskill point was found in the same field as the green Fox Creek, just a different part of the field. I found this in the beginning of the year, right around the same time as I found that green Fox Creek. It's strange, I seem to have found the best points in this field before it was even plowed. Here's another great looking Normanskill point. I had visited this field a handful of times and didn't have any luck. Now that I know where to look, I'm excited to see what 2025 will bring. You know when you put your fingers on something and you start to pull it and you can just tell how big it's going to be? That's how this point was. This is the same field that I found the Brewerton in from the first clip. This field has given me so many beautiful points this year. Super thankful that I got the permission. When I initially found this arrowhead, I thought the base of it was fluted. But after posting it online and asking for help identifying it, there were more people saying that it was a Levana than there were people saying that it was a fluted point. I brought this along with the Green Fox Creek to the Iroquois Museum, and the head archaeologist believes that this is much older than Levana. He placed this in early Archaic time period. If this truly is early Archaic, it would be the oldest point that I have found in this field. Another notable detail about this artifact is it is napped with a bevel. In the next two clips, we take a trip to Pennsylvania where I found two nice Levanas. I was talking to my wife the other day how cool it would be if I could find an arrowhead in every state. If you're looking for some company in the field, shoot me a message. Check out this nice looking blade. I had a couple other blades that I was going to include in this video, but none of them were made quite as nicely as this one. Candace found an absolute smoker Levana in this field the same day that I found this blade. Here in this next clip, we're in my 2024 honey hole. This is the first arrowhead that I've ever found with serrations on it, and it is very unusual to find a Levana that has serrations. Have you guys ever found a serrated Levana? In this clip, we're at the dig site that I mentioned earlier in this video. This was the first day that I ever went to the dig site. I jumped out of the truck, looked down, saw a few flakes, and saw that sticking out of the ground. This was the second full drill I ever found. Out of the few drills that I have found, this one is the most well made. And out of all the times my sister and I have been there, we have never topped this piece. 2024 honey hole strikes again. Check out this killer Levana that I found. This field is one of two fields that I was able to get into this year that hadn't been plowed in over a decade. While we're talking about fields that haven't been plowed in 10 years, here's the second field. This is the best arrowhead that I have ever found in my life, and I'm sure it's going to take quite a long time to top this find. I even recently got this tattooed on my hand. If you'd like to see the tattoo, check out my Facebook page. Check out this really interesting piece that I found in my little honey hole. I've never found a piece that looks quite like this. This was most likely a multi-purpose tool. Perhaps the pointed end was an awl, and the bottom of it was used as a strike-a-light. There's a little bit of strange wear at the bottom, which is why I suggest a strike-a-light. I believe this is a wading river, and it would be a first for me. I found the broken bit end of a polished celt in this field in 2024. Fingers crossed that I can find the remainder of it in 2025. Here's another really unique piece that I found. I filmed this before I even had my GoPro. I'm not sure if I uploaded this to YouTube or not, but I know it is on my Facebook profile. 2024 has been such an amazing year. What was your favorite find of 2024? And last but certainly not least, the first bifurcate I ever found. I also found this point in my honey hole field. I hope you guys liked the video. Why don't you drop me a comment and hit the like button? I'd love to hear from you guys. I had a lot of firsts in 2024. Here's to many more in 2025.